This is super exciting. It's super freaking exciting. It has finally got the upgrade it needed. Shall we go outside? So here's the thing, when this drone was released, it was kind of like really freaking cool because DJI was like, hey, let's just like slide underneath the radar. It's gonna be really freaking fun. And then as soon as we kind of got it, it was just sort of like, Like I guess we couldn't really hope for a lot of professional features, but at the same time, I was like, really? Like that's kind of like it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Ben. I'm a photographer, videographer in Calgary. Thanks so much for coming back and checking out this video. Let's just jump right into it. So the Mavic Mini, this was sort of like a drone that was very exciting for a lot of different reasons. A lot of people looked forward to it. A lot of content creators were looking forward to it because of that size, that compact size and weight that allowed you to not have to necessarily register this drone. If you have been flying with any bigger drone, it's sort of like a step down. If you have never had a drone before, this is an absolute buy, I think. It's a weird one though. When the DJI Mavic Mini got released, it could fly. It had 2.7K recording at 30 frames per second, and that was kind of about it. It was a very foldable, simple little drone that a lot of people like to use because of its size. Now fast forward a little bit to now, and we are getting software upgrades just like any other good manufacturer would. DJI is releasing a couple of software updates for the Mavic Mini. The cool thing about the Mavic Mini is that it has now manual video. If you have not been shooting video with the Mavic Mini, I think now is the time to start doing that because you can adjust your shutter speed, you can adjust your ISO based on what you think would be right. Also, the Mavic Mini still offers the quick shot modes that it offered before, which just kind of like makes this drone a little bit more versatile and a really kind of like borderline professional drone. I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't have any of the Cine D or RAW or any of like the faster sort of frame rates, but now we're getting 1080 at 50, 60 frames per second. We're getting 2.7K at 24 frames per second. And we do get the option of controlling our shutter speed and ISO. I mean, this has been some absolutely amazing news. All you gotta really do is just open up your DJI Fly Go app. You head into the bottom right-hand corner and you just hit that auto into a manual mode. As soon as you do that, you're gonna have a shutter speed and an ISO option for you to adjust. Now here's the thing, DJI Mavic Mini also now lets you go and change your white balance manually. So what you gotta do is you gotta go into your advanced settings, then you gotta scroll down a little bit, and then you gotta hit white balance. Once you hit that, you have full control over your drone, and it is such a treat. Here's the thing though, because you're now slowing down your shutter to match the frame rate that you're shooting with, now we're starting to introduce a lot more light. And during the daylight, meanwhile you're trying to fly this drone, it can be quite challenging. I browsed Amazon and I found a couple of options so that people can actually put a little bit of an ND filter on the Mavic Mini. Now this makes this drone quite tempting of a purchase for any sort of filmmaker, not just the enthusiast or hobbyist, but also a professional. Now here's the question. Does this drone replace your Mavic Pro or your Mavic 2 Air or your Mavic 2 Pro? Probably not. I mean, as much as I love this drone, as cool as this drone is now, it does not have the same dynamic range as those professional grade drones. And that's exactly what you're paying for at the end of the day. You're paying for that extra oomph with those drones. With this, what you're paying for is ease of use and just a very simple menu system, very simple flying experience, but at the same time, you get so much more as DJI is releasing more and more firmware upgrades. So if you've been on the fence sort of trying to get this drone and you were kind of like in between the lines and this does help your decision, well, I'm super happy for you. I think the DJI Mavic Mini is an excellent buy for anyone who is really just looking to either get into drones or just looking to fly for fun. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for coming around. My Instagram is just below. If you want to check out my photography, my videography on Instagram, please go to the link, check it out. Let me know what you think. Hit me a follow if you're at it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.